Hey everybody, welcome back to Tech Odyssey. So I want to talk about something interesting today. It's about the S22 and how I think it's a home wrecker. And you might find this an odd topic, but having the influx of information from people commenting, asking questions, telling me they bought it, and a lot of people are on the fence because they want to know whether they should upgrade. And that's funny because this happens typically only 2 times a year. When the new iPhone comes out and when the new Samsung phone comes out. And it seems like there's been a compelling enough argument from the marketing material, from the initial reviews, all that good stuff, to make people think about whether they should upgrade. Should they get rid of that Pixel 6 for an S22? Should you get rid of the Pixel 6 Pro for an S22 Ultra? Should you get rid of that iPhone 13 for a S22 Ultra? There's a lot of intrigue, and I don't think that it's unfounded because it is a beautiful phone. I went and looked at them in person. I've talked about them quite a bit. They've got some pretty impressive specs, and that's one of the things that these new shiny phones do is they make people think because we want the latest, we want the greatest. And I think that's probably what I want to focus down on here because, well, you might not need it. And you might be saying there, okay, old man, don't tell me what I need and what I don't need, and get on with your bad self. Go right ahead with it. If you so badly want to go out and get the new phone, I endorse it. I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's everything that you want it to be until another phone comes out in 6 months. So that's the thing. Do you need a new phone? And that's always a subjective thing unless you're using like an iPhone 5 at this point. Yeah, you should probably go and upgrade. But with these new phones, they make them look so appealing. Like when you watch the keynote, when you watch the press release, when you see all those initial videos, it's like an inundation of I should go buy this phone. It looks awesome. And then you look at the actual stuff underneath the hood, you realize that the S22 really isn't much of an upgrade over the S21 basically at all, other than a new telephoto lens. And, well, it's got the Snapdragon 8 Generation 1. But does that really matter that much? Because you're actually losing a couple hundred milliamps in the battery department. See, whenever they made these new phones, they made them thinner, they made them more streamlined, they've got this new Snapdragon 8 Generation 1, and they want to sell them. And that's why I think they ended up not raising the price. And I think they made that decision late in the game because there was like everything was pointing to the price was going to go up and then the price stayed the same. So I'm glad that that happened, but I think they probably were thinking about raising the price. And then they looked at the economy and they looked at everything else and they're like, maybe we ought to pull that idea back a little bit, right? So thinking about the phone, they're attractive. They look nice. You get the S22 Ultra. It's got that new burgundy color that looks really like pink in the marketing materials, and then you see it in person and it looks gorgeous. There's a lot of compelling stuff there. New colors. They're with the pre-order. Hey, if you pre-order it, we'll give you twice as much storage for the same price. So it kind of undercuts those arguments of, well, yeah, it is $11.99 and it's $128, but you can get $256. And then all the people saying that are going to be gone in a couple of weeks when it's the real price, and then you can't get that offer anymore. So pre-orders always make things look more lucrative. And I got to tell you, if you want one, get it now. And already I think the release dates are pushed like they're farther back. I don't think you can get any S22 Ultra on the 25th anymore, at least through Samsung, maybe through your carrier or somewhere else. But even with like Best Buy, when I looked after they first launched, it was like March something. So I was right. I did make a video saying if you want one, pre-order it because they're going to sell out. And they will. They're very, very attractive devices. And I don't fault anybody for wanting to get one. I'm going to buy one. If I weren't reviewing phones, I'd probably buy one anyway because I'm an addict. I'm the person that should be on the other end of this camera, but I'm trying to help you make a better decision than I'm strong enough to make for myself. And also, I make these videos, so I kind of have to buy them, whether that's by design and I put myself in a good position to encourage my phone addiction. I don't know. But the phones are home wreckers. They put everybody in a position, most everybody. I mean, that guy sitting there with the iPhone 13 Pro right now going, haha, no Samsung phone for me. He's not dissuaded by it, but I mean, a lot of people are, and it's very, very natural thing. But I gotta say, if you've still got an S21 series phone at all, you probably shouldn't consider it. And here's something if you've got a Note 20 Ultra. The Snapdragon 865 is still very good. You're still going to get at least another year of support on that, if not longer. And whenever I went and picked up the S22 Ultra in person, it feels 95% identical. I picked the phone up, and the only excitement there for me was the color, because the color looked cool, but it felt just like when I had my Note 20 Ultra, except slightly heavier. So whenever you look at it, there's not a whole lot of compelling reason to upgrade because you lose on the SD card. There's no power brick with it. There's not a whole lot of, I don't think there's that much of a significant change in the camera. Still 108 megapixel, still, top notch. It's good. It takes good pictures, but from what I'm seeing, yes, it looks nice, but is it nice enough to get rid of all the things you appreciate in the Note 20 Ultra, like your SD card slot? Is that worth moving over? I don't know. Also, it's expensive. It's $11.99 phone, introductory price. So, there are arguments either way. What I would caution folks who are interested in getting this phone, I think it's a very good phone. I think it's made well. I think that it looks sharp. I looked at both of them in person, the S22, well, actually all three. I went back and saw the Plus. So I've seen the S22, the Plus, and the Ultra in person. If you're in the market to get a new phone, they look great. They look really exciting, and they're going to have everything you could possibly want. Like if you're holding on to like a Note 10 or you're holding on to an S10, going to be a glorious ride for you. This is going to be one fantastic phone. If you're in the S20 department, you might see some incremental upgrades here and there, but it's not going to be anything otherworldly substantial. And then if you've got an S20 1 series phone, it's basically identical. Like there's not a whole lot of difference there, especially when they even had on their website talking about the refresh rate going down to like 10 hertz on the S22 and the 2 Plus. No, it's actually 48 hertz and it's got an LTPS, not an LTPO. So there's not a whole lot to get excited about there for a year-over-year upgrade. There hasn't been for years, but really right now there's not. So unless you just really want it, if you can get a great deal, if you like to do the whole year-over-year thing, I don't know why you're watching this video in the first place because you've already pre-ordered it. But if you're seriously on the fence thinking, okay, should I get rid of my phone for this? If you've got an iPhone and you're asking me that question, I gotta say why. Why do you want to leave iPhone? If you've been using iPhone all these years, do you want to try something different? Are you sick and tired of the bland old, same old, and you want to make a change? Go for it. If you think, I've been using iPhone for a while, maybe I might like it, you're probably going to get it and you're going to go, well, I miss my iMessage, I miss my iTunes, I miss my Apple TV, I miss my Apple Music, I miss my group conversations and my blue and green bubbles. It's very hard for people to move from an iPhone to an Android phone, especially if you're locked in. You got the Apple Watch, you got the MacBook Pro, you can't AirDrop anymore. Like, there's a lot of things there, and Apple knows that. Apple does a very good job of that. But if you feel really brave and you want to cut the cord and pull yourself out of the Apple matrix, this is as good as an opportunity as any. It's probably going to be put down as the best Android phone of the year. And it just came out the first month, basically, of the year. 6 weeks into 2022, and people already proclaim it the phone of the year. If you've got a Pixel 6 or a 6 Pro, why would you buy that a few months ago just to go ahead and trade it in? If you've been experiencing problems, I understand that. I've got several people in the comment section who are like, I've had it with this. I'm tired of I'm tired of Pixel. I'm tired of all these bugs I've had. And then there's like 95,000 other people saying, I haven't had any problems. What are you talking about? The Pixel 6 is the greatest phone ever. It's very interesting. But if you're having problems and you are so dissatisfied with your Pixel 6 or 6 Pro, go for it. Go ahead and update. Go ahead and upgrade. Move over. Get some Sammy in your life and don't worry about it anymore. The Pixel experiment may be over for you. Or maybe you've used Pixels for a long time and this is the final straw. I would say if you're going to look into upgrading, make a financial decision, and then look at your phone and make a reasonable decision. And then if you don't really care about those and you just want it because you want it, go down to the store and go grab it as soon as you possibly can because they're going to sell out probably quickly in stores as well who will have limited inventory. But I think this is, of course, what Samsung wants. Samsung creates this shiny new phone and then people go, ooh, I want this. And then they make it really attractive for trade-ins and for financial incentives because basically I got one. I'm trading in a Fold 2 that they're giving me, $650 for, $600? And they're giving me $450 for an iPhone 12. So I'm getting $1050 trade-in credit. I'm basically paying like $170 for this phone out of pocket. Well, that makes it really lucrative. So I can understand it. I can see it. What I don't understand, there's some Fold 3 people who are like, I want to trade in my Fold 3 for a S22 Ultra. I'm like, okay. And they're going to give you $900 for it. So $900 trade-in credit for a phone you paid $17.99 for just like 6 months ago. It's a hard sell for me, but hey, some people have plenty of money. You do you. Like, don't let people dissuade you. Like, I'm here to give you information that says, okay, this is probably, look, cost versus benefit. If you've got an S21, don't get the S22. If you've got an S20, maybe. It's a judgment call. Yeah, you got an S10, probably a good time. If you got a Pixel 4, go for it. If you got a Pixel 5, yeah, it'd probably be a nice upgrade. If you've got an LG G8, yeah, you definitely want to get this phone. But then there's people who go, you know what? I've got an S21. I want it anyway. And look, I would be in that boat. Even if I didn't review stuff, I have to get the new one every year because I like to have the latest and greatest. And that's okay. And you don't need permission from anyone to do it. And the reason I make these videos is I like to try and put some perspective on it, because there's the new shiny ooh-ah of the new phone and its design. I mean, they want you to buy this. They make it sound innovative and amazing. Is it that much of an upgrade over last year? No, not pretty much in any area that actually matters. So it looks cool. There are nice new colors. The price stayed the same. You can probably get a good trade-in deal and move on with your life and get the new phone, or just hang on and we'll see what happens. There's some exciting stuff coming out about the Fold 4. Rumors already saying there's a stylish spot for a little silo to put it in there, just like the S22 Ultra. I find that very peculiar and exciting because I made a video saying that the Fold 3 is a better Note than the S22 Ultra. And I stand by that, because if you want to do productivity, you want to do a lot of work, you want that big landscape. I mean, why would you want a rectangle phone when you can have a square phone that's much, much bigger, right? If you like to use phones for productivity and that's why you like the Note, then logic would dictate you want the bigger one, because then you can get more work done and you get more space and you have a bigger landscape and all those great things. So I understand people don't want the foldy stuff because it might break. But anyway, Fold 4, yes, it's only in the rumor stage, but that's a pretty believable rumor, and that's pretty much the logical progression everybody expected it to be. So we'll see what happens this fall. I'll get that in August, but right now we're dealing with the S22 Ultra. And yeah, I think in some issues it's a judgment call, and some people it's a I want to have it call, and that's totally cool. I understand. I get it. Go get it however you want. Be responsible, but I mean, get whatever makes you happy, and that's okay. I mean, you might have to sit there and go, you know what, I'm going to miss you a lot, old guy, with your S21, but probably not long after you trade it in, you'll be walking out with a big smile on your face going, I love you, S22, you're so cool, and you won't think about the S21 anymore. Or you may, but then you'll be stuck with the new one, and, well, at least you're not paying child support. So that's all I've got in this video. It was just kind of a discussion. I was thinking about it. I'm like, you know, I've got a lot of people leaving comments asking me whether they should get rid of their S21 Ultra for the S22 Ultra. Should they get rid of their iPhone 13 Pro Max for the S22 Ultra? Should I get rid of my S21 for the S22? Should I get rid of my Pixel 6 Pro for the S22 Ultra? It's been a lot. And the answer is sure. Go for it. But I think if you want to make a reasonable financial decision based off of cost and benefit, you already know the answer. But if you want somebody to enable you, I'm that guy. Go ahead and go buy it, and we'll talk about it once you get it. So that's all I've got. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.